Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today's video, one of my sit-downy, discuss, spread knowledge videos, because it's something a lot of you guys ask me about. It's actually probably, I would argue, one of the most important things you can do when you want to start living healthier, and that is how to develop your own healthy routine or lifestyle. I just want to say that these tips go for any type of routine you're developing, whether that is a weight loss routine, a weight gain routine, a muscle gain routine, just a healthy routine. However, I might default to weight loss just because that's how my routine started, as a weight loss routine, as a weight loss journey. So if I do say weight loss, just keep in mind that if your goal isn't weight loss, you still do the same things. It's just I'm specifically talking about weight loss because that is what applies to me. Hi guys, before we jump into the advice, I just wanted to give a quick shout out and thank you to today's video sponsor, Green Chef. For those of you who are unaware, Green Chef is a USDA certified organic meal service delivery company that makes eating well super easy and super affordable. Green Chef offers an array of different plans, all of which are delivered straight to your door, and those plans include... there's a bunch, so I'm gonna have to read them. Paleo, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, keto, gluten-free, and omnivore. So really there is something for everyone. Whatever diet you choose, Green Chef has something to cater to your needs. Green Chef has actually already sponsored a video of mine in the past, so I was super excited when they reached out again because I can honestly say that I was genuinely pleased with my experience with the company. I enjoyed making the food they send. I think it's delicious, and I honestly think it's just an overall great service for those who want more convenience in the kitchen, who want to learn how to cook, or even people who just want to try new and delicious things. A lot of you guys know I am not a good cook. In fact, I'm terrible. But Green Chef actually makes cooking super simple by sending pre-measured and pre-portioned ingredients. If you're like me and your food always comes out tasting super bland like cardboard, then you are in luck. Green Chef sends along all the ingredients you need to make delicious food, as well as super easy instructions that include pictures to ensure that you can make delicious and easy food within the comfort of your own home. So if you are someone who desires convenience in the kitchen, or you're someone who is looking to expand your knowledge of cooking, you can visit greenchef.us/JordanStrength75 for a total of $75 off your first order. That is $25 off your first 3 boxes. If you are interested in trying something new, something convenient, something delicious, the link will be down below. Thank you so much to Green Chef for sponsoring this video. On with the content. As always, I've written down my ideas because I can't remember shit. So let's get started. So if someone were to ask me the 3 most important factors when developing a routine, I would answer with 1, diet, 2, exercise and physical activity, and 3, mental health and mental wellness. So I'm gonna go over each of those categories and kind of talk about where I was within those categories when I first started losing weight and then where I am now. So kind of compare my routine and how it has evolved from when I first started losing weight, from when I knew absolutely nothing to now when I've been doing it for years and I feel more comfortable. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you decide you want to change your lifestyle to live healthier, happier, whatever, is to address your diet. So when I say diet, I don't necessarily mean dieting, if that makes sense. So if your diet is mostly made up of junk food, that is going to affect how you feel both mentally and physically. That's why I think diet plays such an integral role in developing your healthy routine. I know when I eat well, when I nourish myself, when I eat foods that are good for me, I feel better, and it makes it easier for me to stick to my goals because I don't feel completely drained and I don't feel like I want to give up. So when it comes to actually choosing your diet, I usually always recommend not to go to extremes. I feel like a lot of us, when we decide we have a goal, whether that's gaining weight, losing weight, whatever, we always go to the first extreme we find. That is especially pertinent to people who are trying to lose weight. So what I mean by this is when someone tries to lose weight, their first instinct isn't necessarily to, just eat moderately what they're already eating. It's to adopt a diet that they think will get them to the results quicker. To be honest, they are probably right. It probably will help them get to their goals quicker. However, what it's not doing is it's not teaching them sustainable habits that will help them maintain their weight loss. The truth is that we do not have to choose diets that are super restrictive, super hardcore. Just because you saw someone in a magazine lose all this weight or gain all this weight or whatever because of the specific diet, that doesn't mean that you need to do that as well. The best diet you can choose for yourself is one that you can sustain. And that is very important to remember. If you are following a diet right now to reach whatever goal, if you don't think you can sustain that diet for the rest of your life, it is probably not the best diet to follow. Let's be real. No one can survive on a celery juice diet. And when it comes to diet like those, they heavily perpetuate unhealthy relationships with food. So a reason why I personally do not advise anyone to follow a super restrictive diet is actually in the cases that it ends up working. So, a lot of people will cut out a lot of foods, follow a lot of unsustainable ways to reach their goals. And as a result, when they reach their goal, they are going to, attest all of that success to the fact that they didn't eat certain foods. And that further perpetuates the idea that those foods are bad, and that person is probably going to live the rest of their life thinking they cannot eat those foods. Remember, when you're trying to create a routine, like you're actually trying to change your lifestyle, you want to think of your future. You do not just want to think about now. You do not want to think about what's convenient now. And don't get me wrong, it is completely normal, completely okay for you to change your routine over time. But what I'm referring to is going into it with knowledge, knowing that this could potentially be, you know, what you're doing for the rest of your life. You do not need to label your diet for it to be legitimate. If you just want to eat normally or what you already eat in moderation, do that. If you want to eat somewhat paleo but not fully, do it. Like, there is no obligation for you to fit yourself into any mold. Like, all you have to do is find something that works for you, find something that doesn't make you miserable, and find something that you feel in 20 years from now you can still be eating. I follow a flexible dieting regimen. For those of you who don't know, that just means I eat whatever fits in my macros and calories that day. Just remember, whatever you choose, ask yourself, like, honestly ask yourself, can I sustain this? If the answer is no, pick another one. You have to remember that right now, whatever goal you're trying to achieve, if that's a weight loss, losing weight is only half the battle. The real struggle comes with trying to maintain that weight loss, trying to keep that off for the rest of your life. Okay, so the final part about diet, I know this video is gonna be so fucking long, but the final part, and that is implementation. So how do you actually implement the diet that you choose? Always keep in mind that if the diet does not work, you can easily switch it. Whatever you pick, you are not, you know, you don't have to stick to that forever. That's the whole point, trial and error, finding out what works for you. But for implementation, there are a ton of things that people can do to try and stick to their goals. For some, that could be meal prep. I used to meal prep a lot because it meant that the foods that I needed to eat to stay on track were already in my home, and I would, you know, didn't order food, I didn't make junk food, whatever. Now that I'm 3 years later, I don't really meal prep, I just make food as it comes, but that's coming from someone who has worked a lot on their relationship with food and everything like that. So if that's not in the cards for you, I highly recommend meal prep. If you are completely new and you want to learn how to cook, I recommend meal delivery services. If you don't want to spend money on learning, YouTube. There are so many videos, free videos online that are going to show you how to make things for super cheap, super easy. There are just unlimited resources online, and I definitely think you should take advantage of it. Okay, so number 2, finally, and that is physical activity, exercise, physical health, whatever. Unfortunately, I feel like physical activity is something that really puts people off from a healthy lifestyle change. And I think it's because people often go to, once again, the extremes when they're starting out their routine or their new lifestyle change or whatever. So people will go to the gym, they'll work themselves until they feel like they can't walk anymore, they'll go home, and then they'll sit in bed and they'll say, why the fuck did I do that? I'm not doing that anymore. And that's kind of when we see the emergence of, I guess, apathy when it comes to exercise and taking care of your body through activity. When we're talking about food and exercise, it's super easy to get discouraged because the way we work, when we mess up, we internalize it, and that makes it harder for us to see the big picture. So when I first started, you know, changing my routine, I went from basically no exercise to a lot of exercise overnight, I would say. But the problem is, since I didn't really have any knowledge, I just jumped into whatever I thought was going to work for me at the gym. There were some machines that I went on that really discouraged me. Most notably, it was the weight section. I felt so uncomfortable in the weight section. I just felt like I didn't belong. And honestly, it made me feel like I did not want to go back. And I know that feeling is felt by a lot of people who are trying to live a healthier life, trying to start a new lifestyle. They try something new, they fail at first, and then they just get discouraged and they give up. And that's why I think it's very important to give yourself the opportunity to make mistakes and fail. Like, if you go into trying new exercises, accepting that it might not be for you, that failure is going to hurt a lot less. There are a ton of things you can do for exercise. And when you're starting out, you do not have to spend any money at all. Go for a run outside. Again, go on YouTube. There are a ton of free at-home workouts, like thousands and thousands of free at-home workouts. Go for a walk. Do you have a community pool that's free? Go swimming in the community pool. And even if you do want to spend money, you don't have to spend a ton. You can, you know, find weights secondhand. You can find a gym membership that is affordable. My first gym membership, the one where I lost 100 pounds in that gym, I paid $7.99 a month. $7.99. It did not cost me a lot of money to lose weight. Like, I went in, did my workouts, left, paid $8 a month. I got my $8 worth, girl. I sure did. So yeah, just remember to be patient when you're actually trying to find the workout that works for you. And then when it comes to implementation, it's kind of a trial and error process, as is with the food. For me, I enjoy working out in the morning. It makes me feel good. It sets me up for my day, and I get it over with, honestly. Like, I wake up, do it, it's done. I feel good the rest of the day. I don't have to think about doing it the rest of the day, and it's amazing. That is not the same case for everyone. I have a lot of friends who work out at 2 a.m. I don't know how they do that, but they do. They work out at midnight, 2 a.m. and that's when they feel best. They like having the gym to themselves. They like getting in the zone. And then finally, when it comes to exercise and food is some people thrive when they have someone to stay accountable to. So for me, when I, changed my life, when I started a new routine, I was too shy and embarrassed to actually tell anyone what I was doing. So the things that kept me accountable, MyFitnessPal, my Apple Watch, and my Instagram account. Those were what were keeping me accountable. I knew I wanted to close my rings on my Apple Watch. If I didn't close my rings, I was like, what the fuck? If you do have someone in your life who you feel like you can open up to, someone you can even ask to follow you along that routine change, do it. It could be a friend, your mom, anyone. It can be an online friend. It can literally be anyone in the world. Like I said, if you feel like you don't have anyone, there are other things you can do, apps, whatever. So the third and final category is your mental health. So when it comes to developing a routine, I think it goes without saying that your mental health is so important. If you're not taking care of your mental wellness or your mental well-being, you are doing yourself an injustice. I feel like when it comes to living a healthy life, a lot of us actually stray away from what our original, goal was to live healthier because we get so addicted or so obsessed with hitting goals or with seeing results. When I first started losing weight, I was so on point with my food and exercise that I neglected a lot of red flags when it came to my mental health. I ignored when I let the scale dictate how my day went, If I was higher than I wanted, bad day. If I was lower, good day. I ignored when I purposely missed out on social events with my friends and family because I didn't want to eat their food. I wanted to eat my own. All of these signs were indicators that my routine at that time was not sustainable. If what you're doing is not bringing positivity to your life, if it is not improving your mental well-being, it is not going to last. Like, it is not going to last. Remember that you want a healthy lifestyle. Health is more than looking a certain way, it's about feeling a certain way. And if you start your routine with health in mind, it's very important that you remind yourself of that because it's very easy to forget. Following a healthy diet and exercise can improve your mental health tremendously. Like, if you are actually following something that makes you feel good, that, is nourishing your body, is taking care of your body, then your mental health will reflect that. You have to remember that it's a lifestyle, right? Like, you're not going to be perfect all the time, and that's completely okay. That is not what you need to strive for. Like I said in the beginning, like I've said 8,000 times, you're trying to strive for something that is sustainable, something that makes you happy, and something that makes you feel like you're thriving. So I guess that's all my advice for how to develop a healthy routine. You just have to remember that everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Everyone gets that way. I'm very appreciative that you guys clicked on this video. I hope you found some value in it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.